And now, Action for Sports with Joe Bowling.
Sports figures, they come in every shape and size, yet when talking about those that reach world champion status, there's one common factor, which is a desire within their heart, which is evident in Edinburg resident Cody Conchado Jr., who was recently crowned the 2015 World's Strongest Man on the Disabled Man Contest. Colchado was born here in the Rio Grande Valley with a hearing disability that had him 75% deaf at birth. He moved to California when he was a young man when an injury while in high school during a football drill changed his life forever.
Two of the things I wanted to be was a professional baseball player or professional football player since I was 4 years old. That was my dream. Okay?
Okay.
And when we did that drill, I was a defensive lineman. We get up, I take on it, I overstepped, I slipped, the running back, lineman, and myself, all the weight, back of my helmet hit the sprinkler system and shattered. Shattered my helmet, and forget about a concussion. My helmet broke in half. It was daylight, went totally black. Coach said, go to the locker room and go see the trainer. So you have to understand, this is 1980, you know, and I couldn't find my locker. I couldn't see. I got a little bit of vision, you know, like a tunnel vision. I said, okay, I see a little light there, but why do you keep coming in and out? And I said, wow, I was shaking my head, and you know, all the players come in from all the wind sprints, and they go, you still haven't got out of your clothes? And I go, no, I can't find my locker. I can't open my locker. I go, what? And then all of a sudden I must have fainted or something, and then everybody was scrambling. Randy threw me in the truck and went to my mom and dad, and my mom looked at me and sent him to the hospital. So they drove me to the hospital, and they wouldn't let me go to sleep for 96 hours. You're going to have what's called retinitis pigmentosa Usher syndrome 2.
Conchado focused his goals in the sport of weightlifting, built a life not designed around what was taken from him, but around what he could do with the gifts in his possession. Winning became a norm with world records, weightlifting championships. He built his own gym next to his home and clinged to a hope of one day competing in a World's Strongest Man competition. This wasn't as easy as one would think. Talk to me about when did that become a dream as far as, hey, I want to compete at that level?
Well, it became a dream just like, actually in 1977, went to Universal Studios, and they're in California. They had the World's Strongest Man competition, and one of my childhood heroes was Lou Ferrigno.
Okay.
Mr. Hulk, and he was in the competition. And I got to see him compete. And it was just amazing and awe how big these guys were and how strong they were. But on ESPN, you see the World's Strongest Man, and you see Bill Kazmaier and Magnusson from Iceland. And man, I want to go do one of those. It's amazing what they can do. But every time I would go locally or around the United States, they said, well, you know, you're blind, you're deafblind, you know, how can we accommodate? No, we better not let you do it. Well, those dreams were kind of like put on hold, and the last couple years at the World Association Bench and Deadlifters World Championship, they have the law enforcement and the disabled compete on the same day.
At the end of the day, though, Colchado withstood the challenge, won the event as he was allowed to compete for a first time. No matter what it took, he was going to do one better than anyone ever in an event, an approach that resulted in a dream coming true.
The World's Strongest Disabled Man Championship, and they were cheering you on, rooting you on. Every time a wheelchair guy did his apparatus, they cheered us on. Every time a standing disabled guy, they cheered us on. And we had the first American group, 4 guys, and I was the oldest. And the next event was a power yoke. And then the third event, which is my favorite event, the log lift for repetitions. And then the fourth event with the Hercules hold, where you hold the apparatus to the side and you just stand there like an iron cross and see how long you can hold that. And then the fifth event with the deadlift, Instead of using weight, they used a square cube, and it was 450 pounds, and it was pretty awesome. It was an honor, and we had 2 American, after the 5 events, going into the last event, 2 of us were in first place. My teammate went first, and he got caught and beat, and I go, man, I'm not gonna get caught and beat. So whatever my competitor did, I did one more better. So I made sure I stay ahead. I'm an assistant head coach for Team USA, but you know, I've always had one more dream, one more competitive competition. And matter of fact, in last May, I was supposed to go to South Korea, but due to funding, I didn't get to go, so I was a little upset. What was ironic, after the competition, my wife and I went on a tour, and we got on a bus, and we were going around Iceland on the tour, and we got to this one tomato farm, and it was a greenhouse. It was beautiful, and you know, we had a bowl of soup, and the young lady from the restaurant goes, "It's you! It's you! You were at the Viking Festival. You were at the World's Strongest Man." And my wife said, "Yes, he was him." And he goes, "You're the world champion, aren't you?" And then my yeah. And so just go on the other side of the island, they knew who I was.
Adds to the World's Strongest Man title to an already impressive list of accomplishments in his career that includes, get this, 26 world records, 30 times being a champion in weightlifting, and being admitted to the World Association of Bench Press and Deadlifting Hall of Fame. And he isn't close to being finished either already. His sights are on retaining the title earned and remembering where he's from.
I don't compete not only for USA, not only for my wife and family and my COLCHADO and the Veriel and the Gomez family, but I competed for the Valley, for all Hispanics, for the state of Texas, and all of America.
Story is truly inspiring to the point that he has addressed athletes and fans as a motivational speaker throughout the country. At 52 years old, his view is that he sends a message to anyone that anything is possible.